Okay. Hi. Here now. Sorry for if you saw like that blip of me going live and then suddenly going offline. Basically, a lot of things have happened today. Let me just tell you about them real fast. So, first of all, as you've probably seen me talk about on Twitter, I have like this alternating Wednesday obligation, I guess we'll call it, that is supposed to be bi-weekly that keeps just getting like pushed back. Like it was supposed to be 2 weeks ago and then it didn't happen, and it was supposed to be today and then it didn't happen. So that's kind of really messing up my Wednesday streams. So that's why we've been kind of off the cuff with how these are working out. So I'm hoping that next week will resolve when this bi-weekly event will be happening, and then I can, you know, fix my streams from there. But just bear with me. And then I went live, and then I got a text from my mother that was like, hey, have you picked your dad up yet? And I was like, what are you talking about? He told me he doesn't get in until 10 p.m. And then it occurs to me that I didn't check, like, what time zone he meant 10 p.m. And so there's a possibility he could get it in 30 minutes. I don't know. So if I suddenly disappear, it's because I screwed up and I have to go pick up my dad from the airport. But I'm assuming that he meant 10 p.m. my time, so I should have plenty of time to stream. But like, she was like, why haven't you picked him up yet? And I was like, because he hasn't landed yet. But that really scared me, so I went offline. I was like, I should text him and find out what time, you know, he lands, before realizing that he's probably on a plane and can't text me. So that's where I'm at in my life right now. Anyways, oh, let me fix things. I just turned down some stuff before because it was very loud for me. So yeah, we're gonna do this. I think we are finishing. Yeah, we're starting right here. We're on chapter 9. We're gonna go through chapter 9, and then we're gonna just like skip through and get the bad ending real fast. And we're gonna get the good ending, and we're gonna do this. You guys ready? Get my helicopter. My helicopter's not here. I left it in wherever I was last. I wish, but I wish I didn't have to drive all the way there. But it's not that far. It's not LAX, so I'm okay with it. Another long night. Also, what happened last time? We found out his real name. That was great. I'm pretty sure we kissed. It was very romantic. Also, there's a coup, I think, happening, and we have to, like, figure out that shit. Also, tell me if the music's too quiet, because I did turn it down quite a bit, because it was very loud for me. The two of us are on our way back to the Marchen after visiting a clinic in town. We were there for hours, and it's a relief to be out in the open now, where I can feel the wind on my skin. Are you okay, Princess? I know that what you saw must have been difficult. I'm sorry I couldn't shield you from the majority of it. I volunteered to help. Oh god. How did I decide to pronounce it? Guys, how did I decide to pronounce it? Does anyone remember? Chevalier? Chevalier? What do we like? What sounds better? I don't remember. It's been too long. At the clinic part-time, but it's worse than I'd expected. Many of the soldiers have severe wounds. I don't remember. How did you pronounce it, Devil Kitty? I thought that most of the injuries sustained by knights during the upheaval were only minor. But I was wrong. Their injuries are much worse. Princess? He reaches out and laces his fingers through mine, then gives me a soft smile as he squeezes my hand. Are you okay? I'm fine. It has only been 1 day since the uprising at the palace. I had thought there would be less blood. I was wrong. Is this what things were like after the Great War? I wasn't a fully certified doctor after the Great War, but I was an assistant. It was far worse than this, Princess. Ow. Cannot have a repeat of the Great War. I do not know why Mithras would kill Sir Alcester and take the throne without claiming the crown, but the witches already have a bad name, and he's making it worse. I cannot help but remember the wide smiles Mithras gave me when I was still living in the palace. Every time I felt his eyes on me, I felt there was something strange about him. There was always a cloudiness to his eyes, something unreadable. He was, Aiden, thank you so much for the host. Look at your dancing, Ricky. Look at him go. He was excellent at his job, but always an enigma outside it. A sudden breeze chills my skin. Let's go back before you freeze out here. And then we walk to another part of town. The two of us begin our walk back to the Marchen. Thoughts of the palace, the king, and my step-family cloud my mind. Ricky! You be lurking? Well, thank you for stopping by, no worries. Since I have been staying at the March and I've not seen Rod once. I was never sure if it was because he was ignoring me, or if it was because he only wanted to speak to Parfait. Regardless, I hope Rod and his family are okay. I would never wish this treatment upon anyone, and not even to ones I hated, and I hate them. As we walk, I glance up at... I'm gonna go with Chevalier. I think he's French. Whose head is tilted skyward. I catch the glimmer of lights in his eyes and smile. Even for just a moment, I can forget about everything when I'm beside him. He has a way of taking the weight off my shoulders. But, as the crown princess, I cannot let others carry my burden for me. I must find ways to protect the others. Even if it means putting myself in danger, or harming someone in order to protect someone else. What do you think is the easiest and fastest way to kill someone? This is a totally normal question to ask your significant other. Chevalier's body goes rigid beside me. He stops to stare at me, wide-eyed. I am asking just in case I am ever in danger. I have never fought anyone before. I can retaliate, but I do not know how to actually harm anyone. To kill someone is to end a life. It is stealing away a life that others might love. You bear the burden of that death for the rest of your life. I pull myself away from him. But Mithras is not an innocent man. Would you rather he kill the royal family instead? No, it's not that, princess. I know he must be stopped at any cost. It's just, I would never want you to have to kill someone. How would you know what it's like to kill someone? You've only ever helped people, not hurt them. You saw the soldiers in the clinic today. You saw how close some of them were to death. Did you see the hollow look in their eyes? I've seen that look many times. It's the look of a man who clings desperately to life. Every life is precious. And a life is still a life, whether it's vile or not. It's still a responsibility you have to bear. I know how valuable and fragile lives are because I have helped so many people. We stand quiet for a few moments, facing each other. I know I am at odds with Chevalier. He speaks the truth, but I also know that I speak my own version of the truth too. Ah, hi. Whoa, didn't expect to see you again. The world is a place where only the strong survive. People are kind, but they will take advantage of those who are too caring. Bria told me that Chevalier was so selfless he became selfish. She told me he never had anything because he gave everything to others. His kindness has hurt others, and I fear it has a likely chance to hurt him as well. What if his reluctance to hurt anyone causes him to be the one that's injured? Chevalier suddenly breaks the silence. Most people think that the easiest way to kill a person is to stab them through the heart. Those people would be wrong. He puts his hand over his heart and stares dismally down at the ground. He removes his hand briefly, but only to reach for mine. Ah. Hi. How's it going? He takes my hand and settles it on his chest, slightly to the left. I can hear the beating of his heart beneath my palm. It's soft and gentle. Well, it's his left. My right, technically. Definitely every death is a weight on someone. Yeah, my D&D character would not agree either. What can you feel besides the beating of my heart? The ribs? Yes, in order to stab the heart, you'd have to get through the ribs. That's why most of the soldiers in there who got stabbed in the chest are still alive. I'm glad we're having this anatomy lesson. If you want to quickly kill someone, you have to stab somewhere where it will be difficult to stem the blood from a wound. Do you have any idea where that might be? Well, I mean, okay, difficult to stem the blood. Probably the neck, right? Because if you get the artery, that's why you can slash someone in the throat. I think that's right. Like, medically speaking. I don't know if that's necessarily, like, what he's looking for. But, like, I'm pretty sure that's the medically correct answer. Because abdomen, isn't that like stabbing someone in the stomach? Doesn't it take a while to kill someone if you stab them in the abdomen? Or is there blood there? Is there, like... I feel like that's easier just done. Sorry, I'm eating chips. I'm hungry. Skin on the neck is thinner, and you have lots of blood flow underneath the skin going right to your head. It would most likely be easier to slice or pierce something more vulnerable in the neck without running into as much resistance. Chevalier raises an eyebrow. Did you happen to pick that up around the clinic? No, I simply guessed. Then you have a bright mind, princess. Don't ask why I know so much about killing people. Oops. Chevalier moves my hand to the side of his neck. My fingers curl slightly when I feel his heartbeat reverberate beneath my fingers. This part is where you can find the jugular vein and the carotid? I think that's carotid artery. He runs my fingers down the length of it and I shudder. A mischievous smile brightens his face. Not only does cutting at the neck stop blood from going to the head, but it also makes it spurt. Yes, thank you. We are getting just... This is the medical episode. If both the vein and the artery are cut, it only takes a minute to bleed to death. I was gonna say, that's why you, like, slash across the throat. Because it gets both, and then you just bleed out, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Thus, one of the best ways to kill a person would be through the neck. Why are you telling me all this now? I was just enlightening a new pupil with an anatomy lesson. You asked me a question, and I responded as a teacher. Chevalier's fingers loosen on my hand, and I grasp his hand tighter in response. Well, I mean, doctor. Yeah, I guess. I just wasn't expecting to go into, like, medical theory. Princess, I don't want you to have to bear the burden of a murder. I promise that I'll protect you, so you don't have to defend yourself with violence. I can't use a sword or magic, and I don't know how to fight, but I will always be there to protect you. Well, I mean, that doesn't seem like you're gonna do a very good job. It's gonna be important in the climax of Chapter 10. I bet it is. We're gonna have to kill someone. We're gonna have to stab them through the neck. I may not have an abundance of muscles beneath these sleeves, but I am a doctor. No one knows the body better than I. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So though it may not be heroic, I know how to hurt a person. Sincere expression, though pained, tells me he's telling the truth. I do not want Chevalier to hurt a person either. Destroy everything that he's worked towards as a doctor. He has seen so much suffering, and yet always seems untouched by it. I'll do anything I can to protect his positivity. Oh, I have the hiccups now. Great. The margin was quiet when we returned. Everyone had already disappeared into their rooms, and so I went straight to mine. I also forced Chevalier to go back to his. He's been on his feet all day, and he needs the rest, and Lord knows he can't sleep in my bed, so get back to your room, loser. I plopped down onto my bed as soon as we returned home. I glanced briefly to the side, where Chevalier's bouquets in the vase parfait had given to me. Oh, hello? Is it him? Really? I just kicked you out. Who is it? Parfait. Come in. Hey girl, how's it going? You've returned. Parfait looks paler than normal. I realized with the start that Chevalier did not tend to her at all today. Don't look at me like that, I'm fine. How are the soldiers at the clinic? Not good. Many of them have been bravely wounded. Some say they remembered magic, others say they do not remember anything at all. A shadow falls over Parfait's expression as she sighs. So the circumstances are direr than we had thought. It's a good thing Chevalier is there to lend a helping hand. Did you all manage to come up with a plan? It's proving more difficult than we anticipated. Delora and I are willing to put ourselves in danger. Waltz is too, because he can use magic to a certain extent. The knights and Karma have their blades. But Chevalier, I do not want to involve him in this. Because you're worried about him. Of course I am. You've grown, princess. You remind me of a younger Hildur. Back then, Hildur was both calm and resilient. One moment she could be smiling ear to ear, and the next she could be strict and unmovable as the coldest ice. The two of us were like sisters. We did so much together. We learned together, explored the kingdom together. I can say with all certainty that we were the best of friends. And then the fairy tales happened. When Hildur killed the first human, she was corrupted. Her darkness swallowed her whole. I do not remember a time before Mother was corrupted, and so I cannot imagine the woman Parfait describes. I know the old Hildur would have wanted to show you the beauty in things, princess. She would not want you to suffer. I'm sorry that you became so embroiled in things. It was inevitable. If Delora hadn't cursed me, then I would still be in the palace, and I would be just as helpless as everyone else. So while I'm out here, I have the responsibility to help everyone. I touched the incomplete glass slipper at my neck. I still haven't even done 3 good deeds, because I am the worst. Don't look so sad. You will complete your 3 good deeds and things will go back to normal. And of course, you'll still have friends here when you return. And come your 18th birthday, Delora and I will teach you about magic. Waltz is eager to help too. But for now, our top priority is a plan. Rest easy, princess. Things will work out. It's hard to believe that this problem could be so easily solved, but I will try to believe. When Parfait leaves, I'm left to my own thoughts. I hope everyone at the palace is okay, and that they can hold on until we come up with our plan, but I feel like we're already running out of time. Wow, we're already at the, like, picture part? It's been, like, 18 minutes. Days go by, and I find myself assisting Chevalier at times. Other times I remain at the Marchen to help conceptualize a plan. None of our plans have actually shown any promise yet, but with all of our minds put together, we should be able to come up with something. A week later, I find myself standing outside the clinic door, waiting for Chevalier. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, Princess. You dropped the title, you know, we're dating. Diana, but you are a princess in my eyes. Yes, but you do not need to address me by title, loser. Just my name is fine. Chevalier reaches out to take my hand, then immediately pulls his hand back, eyes wide. I forgot it. Forgot what? The medicine that I needed for Parfait. Give me a moment, Diana. Chevalier plants a quick kiss on my forehead before running inside. Oh. I stare at the stars as I wait. Uh-oh. I turn but see no one walking around the plaza. I inch closer to the door of the clinic as I take another look around. I'm about to get kidnapped up in this bitch. Boo. Wow, that was rude. Why would you do that? Ah, oh no. Who is it? Is it Varg? Is it our boy Varg? I suddenly see the silhouette of a man. Takes a few more steps toward me and then stops in front of me. Hey! It's Varg! I recognize him immediately. His appearance left quite an impression on me the last time, or the last few times. It is spooky month. That was so scary. Out at night by yourself? Certainly you know that wolves prowl these streets at night. Are you trying to hit on me? What do you want? I take a step back and press myself to the door. I reach for the door handle, but the man reaches out a hand to grab my wrist, holding it to the door. I'd say that my answer to that question is complicated, Princess. Ah, scary! By the expression on your face, I must have hit the nail right on the head, eh? You are the princess. How do you know who I am? That is part of the mystery, isn't it? I attempt to wrestle my wrist out of his fingers. Come with me quietly and you won't get hurt. Oh, shit. Oh, didn't we have, like, a choice kind of like this last time? I'll save over this one. Yes. Oh no. So scary. Do we scream? I mean, I don't really want to go quietly. I feel like that's for pussies. Do you think he'd want me to scream? Like, not Varg. Obviously, Varg does not want me to scream. But, like... He's probably gonna get mad if I scream and then nothing's gonna happen, because I'm sure this is a scripted story event. It's not like Chevalier is gonna save my ass. Do I scream? What do I do? I need help. I definitely need help. Somebody has to have an opinion. This is why I should stop playing visual novels. I have choice anxiety. You know what? I'll scream. I'll see what happens. I refuse to go anywhere with him. I open my mouth to scream, but before I can even breathe, the man's hand flies to my mouth. I can only help after a decision. Ugh, Devil Kitty. You're a disobedient one, aren't you? I struggle against his grasp. It does not take long for the grin to fall from his face. It's replaced with a look that lacks any amusement. I enjoy seeing you struggle, but I'm afraid we've been out here for too long. I bang my shoulder against the door, and a resounding creak follows my attempt. Aha, I knew it! Screaming is always the right answer. No more Mr. Nice Guy. The man opens a small vial right in front of my face. Something sweet wafts in the air, and I suddenly feel myself falling into darkness as I collapse. I just got freaking chloroformed. Well, oh, this room looks familiar. This is my room. Look at this blatant Cinderella doll right here. And this blatant Tiana doll. And this blatant Belle doll. Well, this one's not as blatant because it has long hair, but... where am I? I glance around me. Oh, shit. Not just chloroform, magic chloroform. I mean, I don't know who man is. My room. I look around cautiously, checking to see if anything in my room is different. The last time I was here was before I was cursed. How is it that this room is the same? Oh, hi. Sleeping Beauty has awoken. I moved to stand up before realizing that my legs are numb. Shame to see you so easily tamed, princess, and here I thought you would be fun. Okay, ew. I glance up to look at the man who's now standing right at my bedside. How do you know who I am? Are you a witch? A witch? Me? Ha! He bursts into laughter. I would rip the witches to shreds if I could. I was gonna say, didn't he? He's not a witch, though. He does not like witches, so I'm confused about why he's here, RM. If he could, then you're cursed? The man simply smirks at me, but says nothing in response. He brushes the words aside with a gesture of his hand. Do we get to date Varg? Please. He's a cursed boy. Clearly he's got, like, the whole wolf motif going on, right? Are you working for Mithras? Probably. I glare at his vague answer. My name is Varg. Varg! And I've been assigned to be your personal knight. Oh, nice. I already have a personal knight. Oh, you mean Fritz? I got rid of him. Oh no! You... No playing with the queen's daughter, Varg. Oh, hi, Mithras. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Mithras enters the room. Now he stands in the doorway, eyeing the both of us with a smile that's so oddly reminiscent of his usual one that it makes me sick. Mithras. Princess, you look more and more like your mother every day. Why, the scowl on your face is almost a perfect reflection. He moves to stand in front of me. At the same time, Varg begins to take slow and careful footsteps to the edge of my room. What have you done with everyone? Inconsequential or consequential? What? Mithras clicks his tongue impatiently. Inconsequential or consequential people, obviously. I narrow my eyes at him. I have no idea who he defines as inconsequential or consequential. Can we smack him? I wish. Where are the king and the rest of the family? Where's Fritz? Were you the one who killed Sir Alcester? Inconsequential and consequential then. To start, your knight is gone, princess. I've replaced him with Varg here. And Alcester. Well, we had a common cause at first. We both wanted the crown. Sir Alcester was also betraying the king? But Alcester was a brute. He wanted to needlessly kill the royal family and steal the crown for himself. Not from himself, that makes no sense. At first I thought he was calm and calculating. But it turns out he was just a power-hungry fool. Though I did want to take the crown, I wanted to avoid the bloodshed of certain important people. Mithras smiles at me. It is a look that makes my blood run cold. So I disposed of him and the rest of his knights. Oh, but don't worry, princess. I assure you that your family is resting in their rooms, just like you are resting in yours. What? Do not worry, you'll see them shortly for dinner. I have my doubts about Mithras' story, but if what he said was true, then Sir Alcester wanted to kill the royal family and Mithras saved them. But then he decimated the knights and took the royal family hostage. Why would he do such a thing? They're prisoners, then. Prisoners in their own home? Nonsense! We're all just awaiting the queen's return together. The queen? Slowly I feel pieces beginning to fit together. The queen. He cannot be talking about Ophelia. Delora? Do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? Mother is dead. Is she really? Oh shit, don't bring back my mom. My mom was horrible. You can bring Mother back from the dead? We can, princess. We? The queen has been resting for a long time, waiting for you to gain your powers so that you can help her escape her prison. You are not making any sense. I struggle to keep my words from faltering. How is Mother alive, and what does he mean by prison? The Tenebrarum is the queen's prison. It's linked to the queen's power. Though others presumed she was dead, the queen sealed the last of her powers inside the crystal. All she requires is your power, princess. My power? When you become the next bearer, you will have the ability to release the queen from her prison. My birthday's in a week. That's when I'm meant to take on the responsibilities of becoming the bearer, though Parfait and Delora never went into more detail beyond that. You'll finally get to see your mother again, Princess. I still cannot quite take in everything he's just said. However, if Mithras had approached me before the curse, I would have helped Mother in a heartbeat. But it was Mother who was the last Tenebrarum bearer and the one who brought darkness to Angiel. I once believed that Mother was the only person to ever love me. Now I know that I was wrong, that she shut me in from a world I should have known. But still, even now I wish she was here. I take a deep breath. But I cannot afford to be selfish. I cannot put everyone in danger. Man, this is the most RPG-esque story of all the roots so far. I know! I'm interested to see what the bad ending's gonna go into here, because I feel like it's gonna be real bad. I will not help you. You don't have a choice, Princess. I've set the stage for my queen's return. All that's left is to free her from her cage. We will speak more of this at the dining table. Mithras leaves the room, leaving me briefly with Varg. Varg smiles at me beneath his mask, then brings his index finger to the temple of his head and loops it. He mouths the words, crazy. You said you would tear witches apart, so why do you serve Mithras? A good question. You gonna... No? You're not gonna... Okay. You are not going to answer me. How perceptive of you, Princess. He smirks at me before following Mithras out the door. I'm once again left by myself in the room. Everything Mithras just told me swirls through my mind. My mother, alive? And he killed everyone only to take the crown and keep it for her. A shudder runs through my body. She cannot return. I spend the next hour looking around my room for things that might aid my escape. I know where everyone else's rooms are too, but I have no idea how heavily guarded they are, and I doubt I could help them. I must return to the March Inn. I test the window, but it's locked, probably with magic. I search my shelves. The dolls that used to come for me can do nothing for me now. Last, I check my drawers, but though there are many things in them, there's nothing that looks like it could help me escape. As I am searching, I come across a box and pause to pick it up. Oh, wait, what's this? I remember this. It was given to me by Mother with strict instructions not to open it and always keep the key hidden. I search the drawer again for the key. The moment I begin to set the box down, I see a small golden key at the bottom of the drawer. Wow, I get the key and the box in the same place? That's not very good security. I pick it up and I'm about to open the box when I stop. This is hardly a priority right now. I set the key down next to the box. No, do it! I should be searching for a way to escape. I turn to see Varg's smiling face at the door. Ah, scary. You look like a criminal who's just been caught doing something naughty. Says the criminal himself. Maybe we're meant for each other. Oh, maybe. Do you think? Call me. I mean, what? I narrow my eyes as he approaches. Behind his back, I can make out the open door. Don't even think about it. You don't want me to pounce you in the hallways, do you? That sounded vaguely dirty. That would be unpleasant. Varg grabs my wrist. I attempt to struggle free, but he holds tight to me. I will be your escort to dinner tonight. I keep my head held high as Varg escorts me from the room. On the way to the dining hall, I glimpse the rest of the palace. It's mostly empty, save for a few soldiers. The soldiers that do stand there have glazed looks in their eyes, and they look right through me. Puppets. A spell cast by Mithras. Varg does not answer me as he pulls me through the hallway. Soon I find myself in the dining hall. The guards usually standing by the walls are gone. Now there's only the royal family, and they seem to be unharmed. You? Oh, my dad still doesn't know who I am. I can see recognition in the king's eyes. My heart flutters as he stands, or tries to. He manages to rise, but only just barely. I notice that his feet stay firmly planted where they are. Everyone's bodies look exceptionally stiff. Is this some kind of spell? You are the girl that was outside my palace months ago. Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't know who I am. I haven't broken the curse yet. Mithras, what is the meaning of this? I notice that the king is not at the head of the table like usual. Everyone sits at the table's sides, except for Mithras, who's at the far end. The king's seat, however, is clear. I simply brought back the crown princess. You should be thanking me, Gennaro. I have reunited you with your daughter. My daughter? The king raises an eyebrow, clearly skeptical. I can see in his eyes that he's loath to trust anything Mithras has to say. The king slumps in his chair as Varg leads me to a seat just beside Rod. I notice Emmeline sitting just to Rod's side. She forces a smile onto her face, but I can see tears gathering in her eyes. Oh. Allow me to offer a more formal introduction for our guest, even though you all know her. Her name is Diana Riella Breton, and she is the crown princess of Angiel. And your blood daughter, Gennaro. The king looks at me again. This time there's more uncertainty in his gaze. Prince Rod will tell you, won't he? Rod? Rod looks at me, his gaze quiet but expectant. I turn to the king and to the rest of my stepfamily. Oh, bro, what do I say? I could just save over this one. I mean, this is weird. Like, this is a weird choice, and I don't see why it matters at this point in time. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think anything big is gonna change because I pick one or the other. Like, if I just say, it's nice to meet you, Mythra's gonna be like, stop playing. Like, I don't get what Rod looking at me expectantly means for what I should do here. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna lie. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens if I don't. You be connecting with your past or accepting your new life. I don't know. You may be thinking too much into that too. Like, I'm gonna see what Mythra says if I don't play along with this. I mean, with him specifically. There's no point trying to convince the king of my birthright here and now. It would only confuse him more, and now is not the time or place. I glance at Mythros, who's smiling at me expectantly. Always better to disappoint the villain, right? Besides, Mythros must have a reason for insisting on my birthright right now, which is kind of the other thing I was thinking. Most likely he just means to confuse the king more. If that's the case, I will not play into such a petty scheme. My name is Diana. Thank you for your kindness that one time. Rod looks shocked. I scowl at him, rude, before turning to look at Mythros. Mythros' smile has twisted into a frown. I feel proud in seeing him caught off guard. Okay, good. I was like, I feel like I shouldn't say that. I don't know why, but I feel like I shouldn't. Diana, what are you doing here? Gennaro, she's undoubtedly your daughter. That's why she is in the room that you have been taking care of. Have you been... What? The king's eyes widen. He looks at a loss for words. Princess, the king has been keeping your room clean and tidy for the sake of nostalgia, and he has no idea why. Magic works in interesting ways, doesn't it? I was wondering why my room was unchanged, but could it be that the king remembers me somehow? I look up at him, but he's already glanced away from me, his expression a complicated twist of confusion and helplessness. It seems that even the king does not fully understand. I turn to Mythros. It can work in both good and bad ways. Ah yes, the fairy tale curse is terrible, isn't it? I catch Varg's eyes from the side of the room. He glances away from me, and I follow his gaze to the corners of the room. I hadn't noticed them before, but now I see cloaked figures hiding in the shadows, which is definitely not creepy. Witches. They must be the ones holding everyone in place if they try to escape. Oh my god, Westford, he scared me. Oh, good lord. We're getting into some political drama and intrigue, and you just, like, crash in here. I'm trying to have a family dinner. Yay! Thank you so much for the raid, Westford. Welcome. We're finishing up this route tonight. Right now we've been kidnapped, and we're being forced to participate in some political bullshit. So let's party. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. I hope your stream went well. But not all magic is terrible, like the magic we will use to revive the queen. You are insane. Hildur is mad. You have no right to refer to her by name. A sudden chill envelops the room. I can feel actual icicles on the table. I pull my hands away. Now, we are going to eat dinner, and we are going to enjoy it. I will turn this car around. And every day will be just like this until the queen returns. He has ice powers. Yeah, I don't think we've ever really, like, I don't remember if we've seen him, like, use magic before. Rod glares across the table at Mithras. Why? Why would we not enjoy dinners together? That's not what I meant. Why go through this charade day after day? I stare across the table at Mithras, glaring. I'm also glaring. I already told you before, I had to clear this place of traitors. Alcester planned on stealing the crown and I stole it back. But because the time of the Queen's revival is so close, I've decided to keep the crown with me until I can return it to its appropriate owner. Queen Hildur is the true owner of the crown. I thought it best that we all wait out her arrival together. But know this, when my queen demands it, I will kill all of you. I simply refuse to act without her orders. This time guards come into the room with food. They set it before us, and we are forced to eat beneath Mithras' watchful gaze. Though I try to spot an opening in the dining hall, I can find no way out. Was in Rod's route? Oh, well, no wonder I don't remember it then. That was like a bajillion years ago. This really is a prison. 2 days pass. I've been searching for ways out and trying to ease more answers out of Varg and Mithras. Neither of them is very forthcoming. Everyone at the margin is probably panicking because I'm gone. Both enjoy speaking in riddles. Varg, especially, is an enigma. Whenever I try to ask him about Fritz, he smirks at me and remains silent. What, not gonna try asking me any questions tonight? Wow, this is just staying romp at this point, yeah, I guess. I am not going to get any answers from Varg, and it's almost my birthday. I need to find a way out of here. Oh, I'm disappointed. You're the only fun I have in here, princess. Maybe if I'm quiet, he'll leave me alone. If you're just gonna be quiet and sulk, I guess I should be going. Remember, don't try anything funny. There are knights just outside your door. Varg bows mockingly. He bobs. He leans down to pat me on the head before he turns and leaves. Rude. I cannot give up. I once again begin my search through the room. Time is running out and there's nothing I can do besides search for a way out. Seek a way out. But I know that if I leave the room, the knights will catch me immediately. If I had a weapon, I might stand a chance. Put my fingers to my neck and remember what Chevalier told me about it. Sleep. Whoa! What? The sound comes from outside my door. It is a woman's voice. The door opens and suddenly, they're here! Chevalier and Delora are both in my room. Oh, babe, how's it going? What's up? Princess. I'm startled to see Chevalier standing before me, his eyebrows drawn over his eyes with great worry. And beside him stands Delora with her arms crossed. Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? We're here to stage a daring rescue. I rush to Chevalier and wrap my arms around him. He puts his hand on the small of my back and smiles down at me. We're going to get you out of here, princess. How did you both get in here? With the power of magic. Dramatic, even at a time like this. The two exchange a look before looking at me seriously. Parfait, Waltz, the knights, and Karma are all here. We thought we'd just be fighting witches, though. We weren't expecting the knights. No matter what we said, we couldn't get through to them. They're under a spell. Mithras. He wants to release Mother. Both of them look at me with confusion. What? Mother is still alive, just inside the Tenebrarum. Mithras wants to bring her back. That is impossible. The queen is still alive? Chevalier looks worried, while Delora's expression is more rigid and resolute. We cannot let that happen. I don't know how the queen would be alive in the first place, but... well, we'll worry about that later. Right, we have time later to discuss the specifics of everything, but right now we need to get out of here. Right, everyone's keeping the guards and witches busy for you, princess. I'll distract Mithras. Chevalier, I'm counting on you to get the princess to safety. That's why I'm here. Princess, can you guide me through the palace? Wow, sounds like I'm really gonna be putting in all the work here, huh? I cannot just leave everyone here. Don't worry, Garland is seeing to saving your family. No, I cannot just leave everyone in the margin here to do things for me. Diana, we cannot afford to lose you. I told you I'd do anything to protect you, and I will. The sooner you're safe, the sooner we'll have the advantage. You are the legitimate heir to the throne and the next Tenebrarum bearer. You cannot let yourself remain in Mithras' hands. The situation is indeed most dire, so for now we must hurry. I nod my head feebly. I want to fight. I want a sword. Without another word, the three of us head towards the door. Delora exits first and stops immediately. I almost run into her. I glance through the doorway and see Varg! Oh no, waiting just outside, holding a blade across Delora's neck. Oh no, the neck! Delora holds up her hand and deflects the sword as it slides harmlessly past her neck. Varg slides away, still holding out his sword. His usual smirk is half-hearted at best. Get out of our way. You're awfully demanding, aren't you? Pretty please? No can do, milady. Shame. Looks like I'll have to destroy that pretty mask of yours along with everything else underneath. Damn, that was savage. Kick his ass, Delora. Delora holds up her hand and summons a wall of electric orbs. With a flick of her wrist, she sends them rushing towards Varg, who dodges with surprising speed. Varg's movements appear sluggish, but I've seen his fast reflexes. He's playing with Delora, even though I do not think he has the advantage. Oh, ow, whoa, that scared me. He drops his sword, and for a few moments I feel Delora has the advantage. Then suddenly he raises the cane he usually holds at his side and taps it on the ground. A burst of smoke escapes from the bottom of it, shrouding the room. An enchanted cane? It's a magic item. You're not the only one with tricks up your sleeve. Delora! Chevalier, get her out of here. Let's go, princess. Chevalier takes my hand in his and begins to lead me away. I turn to glance back at Delora and Varg and realize that while Delora is completely on the offensive, Varg does nothing but dodge. It's as if he's trying to buy time for something. I banish the thought from my head as Chevalier puts me down and pulls me down the hall. I thought that said puts me down, as in he was carrying me. But no. Oh, hey, Karma. How rude. Haven't you heard of chivalry? No, this knight has clearly not heard of chivalry. Look, he has no eyes. I spot Karma, still in his dress, holding a sword out at the man in front of him. When the man lunges, Karma dodges back and grunts as his back comes to the wall. I suppose chivalry is dead, then. He steps off to the side as the possessed knight attacks him with his blade. The sword catches his dress, but does not hinder him from stepping forward and aiming a jab with his sword beneath the knight's armor. The knight keels, but the sword does not fall from his hand. Karma looks up at us sharply. What are you doing just standing there? Move! Oh, okay, we're going. Takes me a moment to realize that just as I was frozen, so too was Chevalier. His face is pale as he grabs my hand again and once again starts rushing me down the other end of the hall. Why did we assign me the guy who, like, can't sword fight or, you know, use magic or anything? Like, not that I don't appreciate my love interest, but he can do jack shit to keep me safe, so... Chevalier's steps are wider than mine and I have to struggle to keep up. But the further we go down the hallway, the more apparent it becomes that there are too many obstacles in the way. We pass Jurian and Garland as we move too, and they manage to clear a path for us. These knights, will they not stop moving until Mithras is defeated? I hope the king and everyone else is safe. As we pass Jurian and Garland, I tell them where the royal family is, but I have no way of knowing if the words reach their ears amidst all the sound. Chevalier? So the stab wounds in the armor I saw earlier were from the knights themselves, but why would they battle each other? What? The punctures in the armor that we saw at the clinic, the stab wounds in the gut and at the arms. Chevalier's eyes are so distant as if he's looking right through me. They were... We need to keep moving. I have the hiccups. I take his hand and lead him forward. I do not know what he's talking about, but we can talk about this later. Right now we have to escape. We're closer to the palace entrance when we see them. A group of knights stand in two lines on both sides of the hall facing each other. At the far end of the hallway stands a gaggle of witches, and in between them, Mithras. Good evening. Did you enjoy your stroll around the palace? Chevalier immediately moves to stand in front of me. The cloudiness is gone from his eyes. What leaves his mouth is not a demand, but a question. How could you do this? How? It was quite easy, actually. You know what I mean. Why would you make the knights fight one another? What a foolish question. Obviously it's because they're inconsequential. Oh. On a stage, some pawns exist as easily replaceable extras. I'm interested in keeping only the actors. In the grand scheme of things, the extras aren't needed. In fact, I can make them do whatever I need in order to get the best outcome. He snaps his fingers and the knights raise their swords. I tense, thinking that the knights are going to turn to us, but they never do. Here is an interlude for you to enjoy. Oh, they're gonna fight each other. The knights are attacking each other? The sound of metal ringing against metal fills the air. The knights' swords arch, dive, and stab. Mithras watches from behind them, the sly smile never leaving his lips. The two of us can only stand there, stunned into silence. It isn't long before we can see red. Oh, blood. So much blood. The smell of blood begins to linger in the air as swords cut through flesh. Abruptly, I snapped my senses. I attempt to move forward, but Chevalier remains firmly grounded. Chevalier! I heard many things about the doctor working at the clinics. I heard that he was a volunteer who had assisted in helping the injured during the Great War. I also heard that, until just recently, he had been cursed. I knew immediately upon seeing you that you were that volunteer. Suppose it's unavoidable that you and the princess know each other, but to think that you would be so close. Chevalier just stares blankly ahead. He looks almost like he's under a spell. His eyes are glazed. I continue to call his name. His eyes follow the sword movements of the knights, and he does not even spare me a glance. Have I unraveled the doctor? Oh no! Oh no, that's it! Oh shit. Oh, he's gonna like go crazy. Okay, well let's save. We'll save this one here. And we'll come back to that. But I think we said from chapter 6, right? Did we say 6 or 8? I don't remember. Time for the bad ending. Yay! Let's ruin some lives. Yeah. Yeah, 6. Okay, cool. I just ran out of a tea too, so I might have to go get some more. Alright. Pretty sure... Devil Kitty, do you have like a speed guide just to make sure that I get it right? Pretty sure it's probably ... here, because that sounds like the bad option. I'm so sorry, Mac. I really tried to give enough of a heads up, but don't worry, you just missed chapter 9, so you haven't missed the ending. Again, I am really, really sorry. Alright, cool, cool. Well, we haven't seen this. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, now we can fast forward. Now's my chance to tell him. Okay, well we interrupted last time, right? So I'm pretty sure we interrupted, so I think I'm gonna reconsider everything that we heard. Wait, did I do that wrong? Oh shit, I did that wrong. Ha! Whoops. My bad. I'm dumb. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Okay, so we need to interrupt. Step out from behind the fountain. Seems to be relying. Okay, and then we can skip. That's okay, Mac. You're here for the good part. That's what happens. That's what matters. We did this. I think talking to him was the bad choice. Yeah. We're not supposed to do that. We don't talk to boys we love. Is it lean? I think it might be lean. I'm trying to remember what the bad ones were. I'm gonna eat some more chips while I do this, because I don't really have to talk. Yeah, I was gonna say lean, I think. I struggle. I always struggle. No, I never concede. Why do I, like, not remember any of this? Oh, man. I definitely, like, don't remember the wrong or right answers. Look at him. Okay, cool. Oh, that seems like it could have been the right answer. That's kind of sad. Alright. Oh, this is the other hard one. Didn't I say thank you? Oh, never mind. That was the apologize one that was weird. I think thank you was right here. Best option is just to actually be into him. Yeah, I know. Does he truly mean it? Still no thank you. We'll have to work on that. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Damn, this is a long one. Alright, there we go. Bam. Should I go find him? I should probably stay, right? Oh wait, no, damn it. This is when, like, I remember the debates about all of these, and then I just, like, don't remember what the decision was. Stare up the journals. Look, there they are. Oh, whoops. I can skip now. There we go. In-game Diana don't care about no rules. Isn't this I love you? She does not care about rules. You're right. You love me? Oh no, I love you is the right answer. Alright, cool, cool, cool. I don't think this matters, but so we'll just ignore that. Is there anything I can do to help? Because that's much less feisty, and I feel like that's probably the right answer. I mean, the right answer for our quest to get all of the wrong answers. There we go. Okay, now we're into stuff I remember today, so. Abdomen is wrong. Because I know. The neck, baby. Stab someone in the neck if you're gonna kill them. Go quietly, because I hate myself. Boring. Thank you, Devil Kitty. Appreciate you. Alright. And then I say, I'm the crown princess. Man, I miss Varg. I know, me too, right? Yes, it was very mean. Okay, here we go. Okay, bad ending. Everyone ready? Everyone buckle up. I'm scared. Chevalier, snap out of it. Just look at all of those men you cannot save. All of these men dying before your eyes. He's gonna go crazy, yeah. Chevalier, we have to get away from here. Never ready for bad end. Yeah, me neither. How many people have you really saved? In the grand scheme of things, you have no talent. That's why you sought help from a witch. Oh shit! Hey, don't cast magic. Mithras' voice is oddly calm, and I can feel some sort of presence in the air that's different from normal. A knight plunges a sword through another's gut, causing him to lose his sword. The sword skitters across the floor, gleaming underneath the moonlight. I look desperately at Chevalier and realize the magic is already working its way into him. He does not see anyone except for Mithras, who's still smiling at him from behind all the knights. I slowly inch backwards, making a show of looking at Chevalier. Neither Mithras nor Chevalier seem to see me. I will protect you, Chevalier. I will do whatever it takes, even if I have to kill someone. Oh my god, I'm gonna go murder him. I pluck the sword from the ground and grasp it at the hilt. It feels heavy in my hand, but I ignore the weight. I'm gonna go slash Mithras. I rush down the hallway with the sword, weaving my way to the side so that I'm out of the way of the knights fighting each other. I look squarely at Mithras. And then, suddenly, Chevalier's eyes flicker to me, only momentarily, but enough for me to know that he's no longer looking at Mithras in a daze. I turn back and see Chevalier rubbing his hand across his eyes. Mithras snaps his fingers and two of the fighting knights turn and rush towards me. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. The knights manage to back me into a corner of the wall. I hold the blade out as they bear down on me and close my eyes. And then I died. My hands shake on the hilt, but I stand resolute, ready for the blow. But it does not come. Moments before the knights raise their swords, I'm aware of breath on my cheek and beautiful violet eyes staring into my own. This is gonna be sad. Diana? Ooh, yep. The words ends in a gasp as a blade is buried deep into Chevalier's chest. Oh, rip. That might have gone into me as well, honestly. We might be skewered there. His words fade as his hand slides down on either side of me. He slumps and his head falls to my shoulder. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No. A raw sound escapes my throat as I feel the warmth leave Chevalier's body. You know, I get that he's not you guys' favorite, but this is still pretty sad. Whoops, 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 sorry. Chevalier. I scream his name and he looks up, but his eyes do not see me. They are somewhere far away. Mithras pulls Chevalier's body down to the ground where it falls with a terrible thud. Inconsequential. I don't do the bad ends! I do everything. I'm a completionist. I don't care. I'm deaf to Mithras' words. I slump down beside Chevalier, my hands reaching for his. His eyes are still open, but the light in them is gone. Stab him! Stab Mithras! No! Tears stream down my face. I cannot breathe. I cannot hear my heart. I have the hiccups. Everything's quiet and dark. Chevalier! Now that the obstacle is gone, you have nothing left, princess. Mithras' hands reach for me. I attempt to lift the sword, but he knocks it easily out of my hands. Oh, my sword! Are you truly the queen's daughter? The queen never cried. She was the strongest woman I know. I cannot breathe and cannot stifle the sobs escaping my throat. She taught me that sentimentality was nothing to value, that it would only make you weak. I assumed you knew that too, princess. But I was wrong. It will be a good thing when the queen is back on the throne. The weak do not win. He snaps his fingers and the witches congregate around me. Now, we shall use you to bait the fairy, and then everyone else will fall. I will unravel this effort at its heart. He nudges Chevalier's body. I look down at Chevalier's ashen face and sob. I let the tears gather in my eyes until I cannot see anything. And then, I guess we all died. Nothing matters anymore. Oh, well, that was short and sad as hell. Okay, I expected that to be longer. Holy shit. Oh. Rip. It's so creepy when it says bad end. It's so spooky. I got the achievement is Spool of Needles. Because I'm sure the good ending's gonna be like Spool of Gold, because that's the Rumpelstiltskin story, right? Alright, this is alright, good ending. Wipe all that from your mind, that's not what happened. Chevalier, don't listen to him. Just look at all these men you cannot save. All of these men dying before your eyes. Chevalier, we have to get away from here. How many people? Okay, we've seen this already. That's why you saw help from a witch. And he's gonna do his magic again. His spooky, spooky diamond magic. I can feel some sort of presence. There's skitters across the floor. This is all the same. Magic started working his way into him. Remembering what he taught me. Mithras is unguarded right now, but I have better judgment than that. And I told Chevalier I was going to steer clear of the burden of taking someone's life. Boo! I have a promise to keep. We're not gonna commit murder. I gazed up at Chevalier and realized that this was how he looked every time he regained a memory. Like he was stuck in his own mind. There's only one thing I can think of to get him out of this trance. I clenched my hand into a fist, and I punched Chevalier in the face. Never mind, this is better than murder. Ow! God's my face! I mean, it was like, impossible. Chevalier's eyes clear, and when he looks at me, I can tell he's distraught, but his eyes are seeing the present. Sorry, thought I lost you. I suppose I needed that, didn't I? Chevalier smiles sheepishly. It's fleeting and gone by the time we both turn to Mithras again. Sometimes you just have to punch your boyfriend in the face, and everything works out. Chevalier looks straight past the still fighting knights. If this bothers Chevalier, which it must, he hides it beneath a neutral expression. How did you break my spell? You cannot even use any magic. I can punch real hard. She didn't break it with magic. She broke it with the power of love by punching him in the face. Okay, punching someone in the face does not necessarily demonstrate the power of love, everyone. I stare at him skeptically. We both know that's not true, and I know Chevalier well enough to know that he does not mean that. But Mithras looks furious. Love. As if some fairy tale love could save you from this predicament. Princess, you're a witch. We feed off negativity, off of chaos and loathing. Love serves us no power. Life is about balance. Diana taught me that. And though I might not be able to uphold a balance in negatives and positives myself, I'm at least going to try. Love punch is just as powerful as Falcon Punch. I believe that. We're a master of that. You could try to do the same. Maybe look beyond your depressing life and start reaching for something that gives you happiness. Something that won't plummet you back into the same darkness. Mithras snaps his fingers and the knights all freeze. Then they turn to us, swords raised. I do not need to be lectured by some lovesick fool. By all means, cling to your love. I will show you how fragile it is. Witches do not need love. Love is disgusting. Mithras holds out his hands and the knights begin their steady, deadly march towards us. Chevalier takes my hand and pulls me back. But I see my opening in the narrative. Mithras enjoys inflicting pain with his words. And I can do the same. If you do not need love, if you do not need affection, then why are you doing all this for Mother? Yes, as the one who's still loyal to our dead mom, that's what we're going with. I am not. You're doing it to be recognized. You're hot for my mom. Why? Every student wants to impress their teacher. Ew, and it's a student-teacher thing? That's even weirder. His words are calm, but there's a desperation in them. Mother was Mithras' teacher? I thought he was reviving her as another witch, but I mean, she is hot. Do you know Mithras? It's a long time ago. We both shared the same teacher. Oh shit, Walt's teacher was also my mom? Teacher? Wait, Waltz, are you a witch? Yeah. Waltz was Mother's student? No, I cannot think about that now, but I can use this to my advantage. I do not remember Mother's students in the least, but one of them turned out right. The other did not, and I can see the bitterness in you. It's the same bitterness I held, only yours goes deeper. You will not sway me with your foolish words. The knights begin to rush us. The run is more of a pathetic shuffle, given the harmed state they're in, but this does not slow them down. We're going to run. But trust me, Princess, I will protect you no matter what happens. Do you have a sword? He grabs my hand and we wait. I can see Chevalier's eyes darting around as he searches for an opening. I feel the pulse of his quickened heartbeat through his hand, and I know he's panicking. Uh-oh. Hello? Suddenly there's a massive luminescent gold wall in front of us. The knights stumble right into it, their swords hitting the bright barrier. You two okay? Parfait rushes to stand in front of us. Oh, thank God. Somebody's competent is here. Our true power is looking down on people. I agree. Mithras' expression is a cold, angry glare. He measures the situation with critical eyes, then he turns away and begins to dart down the hall like a bitch. Ugh. Parfait collapses to one knee, arms still outstretched to maintain the barrier. Delora appears. She's flustered and bleeding on one arm, but she still stands straight. Girl, you good? Delora holds up her hand and summons fire. Put down the shield, Parfait. I have this. Parfait releases the shield and the magic projectiles shoot out at the knights. The two edge the knights back through the hallway, but I can see Parfait growing weaker and weaker by the moment. Parfait takes a deep, shuddering breath as she tries to stand. When she falls yet again, Chevalier takes a step forward and looks at her urgently. Lady Parfait. I'm fine, don't fuss. Her breathing is labored, but she still manages to smile. Oh, she's so cute. I fought in the Great War. This is nothing. She looks at me and Chevalier. You two need to leave. But you're... Fine, I just need to gather my energy. Magic! A spell from Delora sends the knights sprawling to the ground after she creates a heavy downpour of rain that quickly turns into ice. You two keep going, the entrance is clear. I notice the witches that have been standing behind Mithras approach us now. Delora stands at the ready. I can tell that she's hiding a great amount of stress behind her smirk. Parfait slowly gets to her feet. We fight together, Delora. There's no one I'd rather have fighting by my side, Fate. Aw, Fate, that's a cute nickname. Come on, Princess, while we still have an opening. We head around the side. Parfait erects a shield to protect us from any magic that comes our way, and Delora summons a whirlwind as a distraction. Ow! My foot's grazed by fire magic, causing me to stumble, but I force myself into a limping sprint regardless. Small ice shards all over your body and your clothes. Yeah, that would be the worst. This is nothing. At the entrance, I pause in the middle of the room. The main entrance hall is eerily silent. And then, I see Mithras, edging his way into the king's throne room. He's holding tight to Emmeline. He notices me watching and smiles. Then he disappears into the throne room. Aw, hell no. We have to follow him. Princess, he has Emmeline. Chevalier's posture and expression are indecisive, but mine are not. I know Mithras is baiting me, but I cannot leave her alone. My gaze moves around the hallway as I search for other knights. The place is empty, but it's not long before we hear footsteps. I tense the sound and Chevalier holds tightly to my hand. Then suddenly, as the figure draws nearer, I recognize him, even if he seems a completely different, older person. Oh, shit! Hi! Oh, damn. Finally found you. Walt? You broke your curse, but how? Walt, my boy! Chevalier stares at him in awe. I now dub you Waltz the Big. Nope, I dub him Waltz the Hot. There was never a Waltz the Small. Walt shakes his head. And I broke my curse unexpectedly. I actually found the item I needed while I was searching around. But I can explain more later. For now, we have to go after Mithros. Do you know where he is? He's in the throne room. Alright, let's kick some ass. Mithros stands in the middle of the empty throne room, holding Emmeline to him. He has his hands around her neck. No sudden moves, you three, or this girl dies. And I do know how much death bothers you. With a start, I realize he's talking to Walt. All three of us are frozen. Wow, I thought that would be like the last person he was talking to. Myth. Traitor. Why can't you see that Hilda wasn't trying to teach us? She was trying to corrupt us. Damn, he is fine as hell. Silence, traitor. You betrayed her. During the war, you betrayed our own teacher. Betrayed? Hilda was corrupted. She cannot be saved. How dare you use her name? Mithros' fingers tighten on Emmeline's throat. I can see tears running down her face. Her sobbing is quiet, but it still reaches my ears in the silent room. Varg? Waltz is talking me. I know, yeah, that's true. Varg appears from the darkness as he did before. He smiles at all of us from behind Mithros, eyes glinting mischievously. You didn't finish the job. You were awfully vague when you told me to take care of them. You know, most people would assume that meant entertaining them and offering them refreshments. From Walt just randomly changing like that? I mean, I'm not complaining. Obey me. Ugh. Varg turns to us. He draws the sword he used earlier. His smile fading. I think I see something like pain in his eyes, but then I think it might be my imagination. He looks stoic as he moves towards us. Yeah, didn't he have like some ulterior motive shit before? Like, didn't he kind of turn a little cool or something like that? When Waltz moves, Mithros' hands tighten over Emmeline's neck and she cries out. Chevalier is watching everything quietly. The concern in his eyes is muted by the urgency. I follow his gaze around the room, wondering what he's searching for. Myth, is it? You were injured during the Great War. I attended to you once. Stabbed in the stomach. You needed stitches for it. I feel Mithros' confusion before I see it. For just a few moments, though, his gaze is centered on Chevalier, his eyes probing him for information. No one came for you. Your teacher must have thought that you were too weak, that you would die. Oh, shit. Mithros' hands fly away from Emmeline's neck as he lunges towards Chevalier with a snarl, his expression mad. The room breaks out into chaos then. I feel the rise of magic beside me as Waltz readies his spell, the tension in Chevalier's body as he prepares to shield me, and lastly, I see Varg zip across the room. Everything goes white. And then everyone's like dead, except me. Probs. When I look up, I see Walt standing in front of me with a shield. Mithros' hand lies flat against the shield, and I can feel the heat of his magic. Does that mean Chevalier is the true big bad because he saved Mithros? Maybe. Oh, I didn't think about that. Or maybe he was just making it up. He might have been making it up. Varg lies on the ground beside his fallen sword, unconscious from the impact of magic. Even Chevalier is on his knees. I rush toward the sword at the same moment Waltz pushes Mithros back onto the ground. Then, sword in hand, I stand above Mithros and aim it at his neck. The blade touches his skin without sinking into it. Hell yeah. Emmeline's hiding behind the throne, staring out at the scene with shock on her tear-stained face. Will you kill me? Mithros' smile is a mere shadow of itself. You saw the soldiers in the clinic today. Yeah, the hollow look. Does he have that? Isn't part of doctor law that you have to treat someone ally or enemy? That's probably the case. Like the Hippocratic Oath and stuff like that. They probably are obligated to treat everyone. That desperation is in Mithros' eyes now. A man that clings to life. It'd be so easy to slice his throat. And God, do I want to. I've seen so much bloodshed on this night, and it was all caused by Mithros. If I kill him, I can stop all of it. But that would make me no better than Mother. I drop the sword. Mithros actually stops to stare at me in shock. I am not like Mother. I will not kill you for revenge. No sooner have I said the words than I feel sudden heat in my chest. My hand instinctively reaches up to grab the necklace around my neck. I got a good deed for not killing a dude. And then there's a bright light. When the light clears, a new source of light catches my eyes. Just kick him in the balls. Yeah, I know I was gonna say, I'm not gonna kill you, but I will kick your ass. I stop to stare down at my feet, which are in glass slippers that shine so brightly they sparkle even in the dim light. But I've no time to admire the shoes or the weight that has fallen off my shoulders. I barely recognize that the fairy tale curse has been broken. Emmeline rises from behind the throne and screams. Diana, watch out! Mithras has grabbed the sword with his hand, turns it around, and is aiming it at my chest. It hits a barrier. Parfait stands beside me once more, her face devoid of any color. I do not see her rush in here. She takes a step forward as if to shield me. Out of my way. Mithras draws the sword back and plunges it again at the shield. This time the blade's coated with darkness. It pierces the already flimsy shield, and the blade goes through Parfait's heart. Oh no. Oh god, there's still death in the good ending, as it turns out. Parfait! Parfait grabs the blade and narrows her eyes at Mithras. I am sorry, Hildur did not appreciate you. Something swells inside me as I stare at Parfait. The sword is impaled in her, and I could see her eyes go glassy. I cannot speak, cannot breathe. Walt rushes forward with his magic and pins Mithras forcefully to the ground. He raises his hand, but it never comes down in time. The sword strikes past his shoulder right at Mithras' neck. Oh, and he's dead too. When I turn, it's Chevalier that's holding it. His body shakes as tears run down his cheeks. Mithras holds his neck as Chevalier holds at the blade and throws it behind him. Out of the corner of my eye, I can catch movement that can only be Varg, but I don't care. Screw Varg. He's not important. Lady Parfait, do not move. We can take the sword out. We can... But I see a hopelessness in Chevalier's expression, and I know that whatever wounds Parfait took was lethal. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in Parfait's. There is no need to fuss. When Parfait falls, Walt grabs her and puts his hand to the hilt of the sword. Chevalier crumples beside her. He stares at the blood staining her dress with sorrow. I start to cry. Diana, do not regret this. I am proud of you. The room is quiet, even with the newcomers that arrive. The knights and Karma watch the scene from the sidelines, all with grim looks on their faces. Last to arrive is Delora, who sits down beside Parfait with her lips pulled into an uptight frown. Her face is stern, but I can tell it's a mask. Parfait. That look doesn't suit you, Delora. I told you to stay back. Had I not been here in time, the princess would have... Her words fall apart as she begins to cough. Delora leans over her and shakes her head. I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. Everything is as it should be, Delora. Parfait cranes her neck to look up at me. Wipe away your tears, Diana. What you did was a good deed. You spared a man's life. But Life is not a fairy tale. Humans are good and bad. No, it isn't. But the fear of death makes a life even more valuable. Do not worry, Princess. I chose this. Parfait smiles. It's mystifying to see her smile when her body is slowly crumbling away in Walt's grasp. Parfait's body is what gives out first. Her eyes go next. They remain focused on me, still smiling. Her body begins to glow as her body slowly fades away. Oh, this is so sad. Parfait. Parfait! Delora turns away. Even if she's not shedding any tears, it's clear that she's heartbroken. She closes her eyes and releases a shaky sigh. Sweet dreams, my friend. I do not know how long we all stay in that room mourning the loss of Parfait. Karma, Jurian, and Garland eventually spread out to search for any remaining danger. At some point they returned with the king and the rest of the family. My reunion with my family is half-hearted. I do not know what to say to people that I hated only months ago. Despite the quiet, they all take me in with open arms. The king stays by my side long after the others have left. Karma and the knights return to the margin to tell the others the news. Waltz goes to search the palace for any remaining resistance. Only Delora, Chevalier, the king, and I remain. Chevalier cries. I've never seen him cry before, but his heartbreak is my own. What happened was a nightmare, but eventually it ended. Last night, Varg escaped the throne room. No one saw where he disappeared to in all of the chaos, I'm beginning to believe that his faint was a trick. Since the night had left everyone so tired, we were offered rooms in the palace. I came to my room with Chevalier, where the two of us attempted to comfort each other with words. Chevalier was especially shaken, being the one to kill Mithros. He was in tears for a long time. I'm pretty sure that I must have fallen asleep sometime when we were talking, but I'm lying in my bed underneath all my covers and though I think for a few moments it must be a figment of my imagination, it's not. Ah, he's sleeping. Chevalier is definitely lying right next to me, sleeping beneath those same covers. Oh my god. Scandalous. How did this happen? I put off the recollection of the previous day to stare at Chevalier's face. His glasses are off, and without them his face seems strangely empty. I don't know, I think it's still pretty cute. He looks vulnerable, almost like a child, except his features are too handsome for that. What am I thinking? Ew, gross. I slowly put my hand to his cheek and flinch when his eyebrows crease. Hey babe, how's it going? Moments later, his eyes open. They are foggy this early in the morning. What is this? Have I been woken by my princess? Usually it's the prince that wakes their princesses. I will always wonder how he manages to keep smiling like this. Even when he's in pain, he forces a smile. But you're no prince, and I'm not some damsel princess. Chevalier closes his eyes again and sighs. There's only one way to break the spell of sleep. Oh god. I flush as his lips curl into a mischievous smile. Still, his eyes do not open. Think about what happened last night. Parfait and Mithros' death, Varg's escape, everyone else's heartbreak, and think that maybe I shouldn't be participating in casual romantic stuff right now, but you know, before I have to relive the burden, I can afford to lose myself in some happiness. I lean forward to kiss his smile. Ah! I break away from Chevalier startled. Oh my god. Princess? How distressing. Waltz the Big ruins everything. I quickly slip out of bed and Chevalier sits up and puts on his glasses with a yawn. What if instead we leave? I know, I kind of wish I had. I wish I'd gotten a choice. Walk away. Good morning, princess. And his eyes widen when he sees Chevalier. What were you two doing in here last night? Inappropriate. Leave room for the Holy Spirit. Are you so tired that words have abandoned you, Waltz? No, I wanted to see if the princess was doing okay, if you were both alright, actually. He pauses to look at us, his eyebrows furrowed in thought. He has a cross earring. I'm just saying, maybe he would be a proponent of leaving room for the Holy Spirit. Though I can imagine just how tongue-tied you must be. You should speak if you have something to say. Waltz sighs. I didn't want to bring this up so soon, but it's been on my mind the whole night. It's just, you didn't have to kill Myth. That was my job. Your job? I doubt that. Besides, I didn't want to kill him. It was a reaction. The room goes silent for a few moments as Chevalier stares down at the floor. He told me before that lives were valuable. That's why I tried to save Mithros, but in the end, my sparing his life forced Chevalier to carry the burden of his death. He's already told me that it's not my fault. Parfait said that what I did was a good deed, but still. Killing Mithros saved us more casualties. I hope I can convince Chevalier of that. Most likely he'll wrestle with that guilt for a long time. I turn my attention back to Waltz and will the questions to the back of my mind for the time being. Waltz, there are questions I need to ask you. About how he broke his curse, about Mother being his teacher, about Mithros. There's so much to ask him. I do not even know where to start. We have plenty of time for explanations now, Princess. After your birthday, Delora and I will pick up your magic education, but for now, you should rest. I'll give you the full story of my apprenticeship and curse another day. In his route, probs. But, Princess, Chevalier, I just thought I'd let you know that when Parfait came into this battle, she expected to die. She told all of us that while we were sitting around trying to plot a rescue plan. I glance at Chevalier, who nods quietly. Is it because of her frailty after the Great War, or did Parfait somehow have a feeling? Oh, also, congratulations on breaking your curse, Princess. Hell yeah. Chevalier sits up straight, his eyes narrowed behind his glasses. Walt, I was supposed to congratulate her first. Chevalier stands and kisses me promptly on the cheek. My cheeks flush and even Waltz looks embarrassed. Gross. Congratulations, my sweet. It was all very dramatic when your curse broke. There was this bright light and... Wait. Why was there no bright light when I broke my curse? Both Waltz and I burst into laughter. Chevalier just sighs dramatically. He leans against my shoulder and I do not protest. My god, this goof. I mean, yeah. He's something. He's something. I don't hate him as much anymore. He got more tolerable as time went on. I think he developed very nicely as a character. I have a feeling that getting through the memory of last night might be easier with him here. Oh, which part of last night? Let me tell you. I mean, what? If anyone could put a smile on my face, it is Chevalier. We hope to see you again at the Marchand soon, Princess. I'll be back. After all, I have friends there. You have friends? Did I speak falsely? No, of course not. It's the truth. Anyway, I need to get going. I've explained what happened to your father, but you should talk with him privately soon. After everything that happened last night, speaking to the king is the last thing on my mind, but I suppose it must be done. Thank you, Waltz. And you, Chevalier, might want to ask for a guest room. Leave room for the Holy Spirit. What is this friendship? But no bed is as comfy as the princess's. I nudge him without realizing it, but Chevalier just laughs. We promise Waltz that we will see him and everyone else at the Marchand soon, and that we will sleep in separate beds. Afterwards, Waltz hurries out and shuts the door, and we immediately get back in the same bed. My eyes go to the edge of my bed, where something shiny catches my eye. Ah, my shoes, which I brought into the bed with me, which is just weird. The glass slippers are a reminder of everything that happened yesterday. The fact that life goes beyond just black and white. Good and evil are subjective. How do the glass... okay, well, in the end, life is gray, Mother. Both good and bad, but even so, even though fairy tale endings cannot exist, I still want to live my life with everyone else. Mithras centered his life around a single person. He was selfish. I will become someone better than him, because he sucked. Thinking about Mithras makes me remember something. Chevalier, yesterday you said that you took care of Mithras during the Great War. That no one came for him. Was that true? I don't know, Diana. He acted like it was, though, wasn't it? So you never knew Mithras? No, I didn't know him at all. I don't know if I would have been able to strike him down if I did. I don't know what burden he carried, but it seemed heavy. I thought so. I thought he was just lying. I only guessed at what I could say to distract him. I'd heard rumors of a strong witch that went abandoned for many years. That may have been him. It might not have been. So deception exists in everyone. But it's not entirely what Mother said it was. Oh shit, we're halfway through this bitch. This is why the last chapter was kind of short. This chapter 10 is a real mother. My birthday is tomorrow. I sit in the throne room speaking to my father, who has listened to my tale with patience. When it's over, he looks at me sadly. I owe you an apology, Diana. This whole time you've been on your own, and I cannot do a thing for you. You can now. You can, compensate me for all this time that I spent, penniless and shit like that. I mean, sorry, by starting first, by explaining what happened between you and Mother. You knew she was a witch. I did. You did too before she forcefully erased your memories. Wow, my mom's a real piece of work. I tried reaching out to you many times when you were a child, but my efforts were met with resistance. Still, I cannot excuse myself for what I've done. I truly abandoned you, and I'm sorry for that, Diana. I will explain the story to you if you give me time. For now, I would very much like to mend my bond with you. To be honest, the king still angers me. He only apologizes now after all of this has come to light. Whether or not I was difficult to speak to, he still had an obligation to seek me out. He's still late to care, but he's still my father, and I can forgive him. I can learn to trust him again. It will take time, but I would like to mend our bond. I would also like to try speaking with Emmeline, Rod, and Ophelia, but that will take time. The king smiles at me. It's one of the first honest smiles I've seen from him in many years. We have time, all of the time in the world, and we will mend our family bond, I promise. As I turn to leave the room, the king calls out to me. Diana, I am proud of you. More proud than any other father in the realm could ever be of his child. Thanks, Dad. What a homie. After what happened, we searched for Fritz, but he has vanished. Mithras and Varg said that they had replaced him, but they never said anything about what happened to him. Guys, read between the lines. He's dead. We searched endlessly, but to no avail. All I can hope is that he's safe, and that I will reunite with him again in the future. Oh, Waltz's performance today was amazing. Don't you agree, Mr. Chevalier? I agree, you ladies looked especially charming with so many lilies floating around you. Oh my. He always speaks like that, don't mind him. It's been a whole month since the events at the palace. My birthday has come and gone. Now my life begins. I've been practicing magic with Waltz and Delora, attempting to bond with my family, and visiting the Marchen when time allows me to. Anise was overjoyed to see me visiting often. Stop hitting on our sister! Since Chevalier operates from there as a doctor, I visit often. Mostly, though, he clings to me like a leech. Disgusting. Oftentimes I find him in my bed when I could have sworn he was sleeping in another room for the night. That's weird and kind of creepy. Sometimes at night he has nightmares of blood on his hands and of Mithras' death. And at those times I'm glad to be sitting right beside him so I can promise him that things are alright. As for the fairy tale curse, I have no idea how Diana puts up with you. Rod's voice comes out from between his lips. Now he can actually speak. Since the fairy tale curse was tied to Mother's still living soul in the crystal, her disappearance and my taking her place immediately caused the root to vanish. I've been working for days to break everyone's fairy tale curses with magic, and when I'm done, no one in this kingdom will have to suffer from it ever again. Note to self, lock the door. Lock my door. And now the Marchen is not just a place reserved for the cursed, now it's open to the public. Diana enjoys it, though. She finds my poetic weavings to be the best in the kingdom. What he means to say is I can only put up with them because of our relationship. Loving someone so much you can put up with their nonsensical poetry. I thought you were the nice one, Princess Emmeline. Nope, she has a point. Yes, everyone roast him. Emmeline focuses her attention on a musician standing off in the distance. She points excitedly, then rushes after them, pulling her brother with her. Her guards follow. Ever since the incident at the palace, we have had more security. I do not blame the king, though it can be tiring at times. Luckily, he's more lax with me. When I told him Chevalier was going to be with me, he settled with having Emmeline and I share guards, which is weird because Chevalier has no skills in magic or swordplay whatsoever and literally cannot save my ass if anything happened to me. And so I get to be alone with Chevalier often. My father was wary of him at first until he found out he was a renowned doctor. Now he and Chevalier get on well enough. He has a kill record. Yes, but he doesn't like it and he's not gonna kill again. Oh, dang it, I keep right-clicking. Chevalier takes a step closer to me and I place my hands around his arm. Aw, okay, that's a cute photo. I like that one. I am no prince, nor am I a knight in shining armor. I am just a doctor. A doctor who has been blessed with the most beautiful woman in this world. Yeah, you're right. Chevalier begins to lead me through town again. He's one of the only constants in my ever-changing life. Okay, this route has been pretty cute. He grew on me. Like, I agree that, like, chapters, you know, his early chapters were like, ugh. But, like, he did grow on me, I think. I think this is one of the better endings. I think this is a nice relationship. He's the one that will always make me smile, and we share the burden. The burden of a friend's death. Okay, you know, okay, maybe I take it back a tiny bit. I think she does have very nice images with him. He's more burdened with nightmares than I am, and while I wish I could do more to help, I can at least listen to him, just like he listens to me. Chevalier is much better. That's true. He vastly improved once we found out his real name. No matter the burden, it can be overcome. Diana? Yes? I love you. More than anything in this world. I love you too. We share one kiss, ignoring the spectators in the town with a shared smile. Then we follow after Emmeline. Aww. Yay! It was nice. Well, we've watched the credits. Yay, we did it. Like, I get where you guys' criticism came from. I understand, and I did agree with you for parts of it, but I do think he had his moments. His CGs were pretty good, too. He is very attractive, I think. His scarf thing is weird, but I did like his CGs a lot. They were very nice. I do like my glasses boys. Let's see. Oh, see, that's so nice. That's such a nice one. So wait, so is Fritz next and Waltz is last? Or is it reversed? I forget. I think Fritz is next, right? Which is weird because we've seen Fritz, like, not at all since the beginning. So I feel like it would make more sense for Fritz to be last because, see, that's such a cute CG. That's a very cute kiss. Love it. I mean, I'm gonna be, like, basically building a relationship with Fritz from frickin' scratch, because I don't think we've seen him since, like, the intro. So that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense, knowing Waltz's, like, frickin' story relevance now, it makes sense why he's last, but... Who's Fritz? You can't just make up a character. Nah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about it. Yay! Thank you to all the Kickstarter backers. And then, I hope this is alphabetical. Did you see that? That was pretty funny. I have another question, too. Is, like, the, isn't there, like, another part of this game now? Like, isn't there, like, not DLC, but, like, didn't they, like, add shit or something? Or, like, I thought I saw something else, like, came out about this game. Is that a thing? Mac, can you check me on that? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? There's a sequel? Oh, shit. Are we gonna have to do that? Has anyone... Mac, have you played it? Is it good? Are we gonna play it after this? Oh, look, there he is! Yeah, I posted in the Discord. Oh, sick. See, was it a while ago? Because I did, like, remember that. Like, probably, since it costs money. Okay, well, maybe we'll do it. I'll look into it after we do this, and then maybe if we like the rest of this, we can do it. Oh, man, okay. I want... If someone... Well, I know it costs money, so, like, obviously I'm not gonna tell you to play it, but, like, if you do, let me know if it's good. Can we look at his CGs? Yes, absolutely. Yes, of course. Hang on. There we go. Wait, who was that we were missing one for? Oh, was it Rod? Because nope, never mind. Here we go. We'll look through everything. Lovely. Beautiful. I wish there was, like, a better way to go through this. Beautiful. Love it. I'm gonna save the kiss for last, because that's my favorite. We're gonna skip the sword, because it made me sad. This one's very nice. This is very nice. I do really like this. This is very cute. Mostly because that's what I do to my boyfriend sometimes. And then we get the beautiful, beautiful kiss. Beautiful! I love it. Wait, I want to look at some, like... Karmas were nice, too. Damn, remember this? God, remember that? That was hot. Yeah, we, like, don't... We have... Wait, do we have anything? Wait, look, this is him! He's real! He's a real boy! He's kind of hot, though, so... I'm excited. I am excited about that. This picture was really cute, but I just remember the ending being weird. We are not making him up! Oh, see, we only have one of these left. What is the misc? Oh. Damn. Wow, look at me being sad. Sad as hell. Anyways. Oh, there's a music room too! Oh, wait, this is so cute! Oh, I didn't realize there was like a... Oh, that's fun! I like these! If you left click on a picture with multiple versions, you can see different ones. Oh! Like, I mean, let's see. Let's look at one that I know has different ones. Oh, remember that too? Damn. Alright, sorry. I don't know. What was one I know had different ones? This one. Oh yeah, like that. Oh, and then there's a smile. That was good. Okay, cool. Love that. That's fun. Well, alright. Next time, we'll do Fritz. I mean, with you saying him and Waltz are your favorites, I feel like the unlockable boys in types of games like this are generally the best, you know? You gotta get there. You gotta, like, work up to them. So I have high hopes for these next two boys. I'm very excited. Again, I am so sorry about shifting streams around. God, I've had the hiccups this entire stream. It's not gonna, hopefully not gonna happen again. For those of you who are getting here late, maybe, I just have, like, this thing that's supposed to be every other Wednesday, so that's when I don't have it is when I'm normally streaming Cinderella, and when I do is when I'm streaming Final Fantasy, because those streams are gonna be a little bit later at night. And I know that people want to be here for Cinderella, so I don't want to, like, do it super late. But we haven't started the thing yet, and I have literally no control over it, so I kind of have to, like, play it by ear when it's gonna actually start, and I really want it to, you know, start so that I can get my stream schedule back in order. So I appreciate your flexibility on that, until I get it figured out. Hopefully it's gonna start next week. So for now, my plan is to schedule Final Fantasy for next week, and then hopefully the week after that, we will go back to Cinderella, because I will not have the every other week thing. Fingers crossed that that is what happens. I am unsure. But stay tuned. I will try and be better about posting it, but I literally did not find out until 15 minutes before the thing was supposed to happen today. So, unfortunately, there's really not a whole lot I can do about it. But, that being said, hopefully we've fixed it up now. Fingers crossed it's gonna work out for next week. So next week will be Final Fantasy. But before that, on Saturday, we're gonna have, I think Michael and I are gonna play some Stardew on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Pacific. Gonna be fun. We're just gonna chill out, probably work on the island some more, maybe? We'll see, I don't know. And then Monday we'll do more Miitopia as well, because I think we're maybe getting close to finishing Miitopia. Not, like, super close, like, definitely not next stream is the end, but, like, maybe 3 or 4 more streams of it, and then we'll go back to Dragon Quest. And that will be our long-running game for a while. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Oh, wait, well, let's see. Anybody have any raid messages? Let's see if anyone's streaming. Who we got? We've got... We raided John last time, so we've got Say, Farron, Poulter. Do we have any... Do we have a raid message? Does anyone have one? We could probably raid Masay, because she raided me on, Oh my god, there's post-game? Oh, Jesus. We'll make a decision then. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. Love Punch is really good. Let's go with that. That's a good one. Alright, so I will send you over to Masay because she sent us the love on Monday, so I will send her the love RN. Although she's been going for a while, so she might be almost done. So I'm gonna feel like a real fool. I'm gonna actually check that first. Hold on. I'm gonna see if she's almost done. No, she's still going. Alright, we're good. Return that raid. Enjoy. Have fun. Thank you guys for coming tonight. I so appreciate you, and I so appreciate your flexibility while I figure all this out. And hopefully I'll see you on Saturday, for Stardew. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I will send you on over there in just a second after I actually do things correctly. Perfect. Alright. Good night, guys.